Hi there, my name is Anthony and I'm the creator of Break the Twitch. I've recently been receiving a lot of requests to break down how I shoot my YouTube videos and how I do everything from what I use to what's the technical setup. So I decided to do a short video series of which this is the first video. I'll be talking about the equipment that I use, some suggestions for things that you can use to get started, how I light my set, and how I do sound for my videos.
Break the Twitch.
Actually, before we get started, I have one thing to say. The most important takeaway that I hope you get from this video, and the entire series as a matter of fact, is that you should just start creating. No matter what you have to use, or no matter what equipment or lighting situation you have available to you, just start recording and upload. Just put videos on YouTube, sharing your opinion, and don't let anything hold you back. Because most of the time, it's not equipment holding you back, it's just your desire to do it and get it out there. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. Here are some things that might surprise you about the camera setup. In general, lighting and sound are the two most important things. Most video cameras will do very well if you have really good lighting in your set. So make sure you focus on good lighting, whether that's natural lighting from a window or using softboxes like I do in order to create great video. The other aspect of that is focusing on good sound. If you don't have good sound, it can be very distracting and make it hard for people to get through your videos. In terms of lighting, there are multiple ways that you can light your video. The least expensive of those is using natural light, ideally outside or recording in a room that gets lots of sun through the windows and lights up the room really well. If you get a lot of natural light in your windows, you can record videos pretty easily with just about whatever camera you use. If you don't have access to that bright room, for example, I'm in a relatively darker basement situation, you can use softboxes or you can use other lights. What I use is softboxes. So these softboxes are just big lights that essentially sit up on a pole and allow you to provide even, smooth lighting at a perfect daytime color temperature, which means it's not too yellow and it's not too blue, so that the camera can make it look very natural. When you're designing your lighting setup, you want to think of a triangle. You're one point of the triangle, and the two lights are two other points of the triangle, and the camera sits in the center, and then the microphone sits in front of the camera, closer to you. It looks about like this. If you can imagine your desk here, and then the camera is about here, and then you want your microphone just a little bit in front, I have my key light to the right. That is the strongest light, and it's providing the brightest light source. Then on the left, I have my fill light. That light is a little bit further away and it's a little bit softer so that all it really does is fill in the shadows on the left side of my face. That makes sure that the lighting is nice and even and I don't have any really harsh shadows across my face. I'd like to show you how impactful having good lighting can be. Right now you're looking at my standard setup with softboxes on either side of me through my Canon 70D DSLR camera. Now, if I look over at my iPhone 5S, you'll see the same lighting and hear slightly different sound quality as there's no external microphone. But you can see that the lighting is fairly even and it looks pretty good in general. That definitely changes a bit when I turn off the softboxes and turn on the overhead basement lights. This is what it looks like in my basement with the standard overhead lighting. You can probably see harsh shadows on my face and it's just not very attractive lighting. It really doesn't look very good for video because there's not much natural light coming in the room, so you just have this overhead light. Even if I look back over to my Canon 70D, it still doesn't look very good. It's just kind of dark and the whole ambiance just doesn't look very nice. So when you compare the two, even the iPhone with good lighting looks significantly better than the 70D with really bad lighting. It's why you should invest in lighting if you're going to choose something to buy for a video setup. When it comes to audio, most filmmakers actually recommend that you spend your money on audio itself. Film equipment can be great, getting a better image, but if your audio quality is cackling or it has a lot of kind of fizzling in the background and it doesn't sound very good, it actually comes out of the picture and distracts people from what they're watching. Good audio will just kind of melt into the image and you won't notice it at all because it will sound very natural and it'll feel very right. So that's why it makes sense to invest a little more in audio if that's what you want to do. For my videos, I generally shoot with a Rode VideoMic Pro. It's a shotgun style microphone that sits on top of the camera typically. But because I want to get a little better sound and the camera is pretty far away, I actually have the microphone sitting right here in front of me. So you need to have it kind of close to you, probably a little off the camera, depending on how close you have the camera to you. The other advantage to having the microphone off the camera is that you don't get the clicking and the sounds that the lens makes when it's focusing and doing its little micro adjustments. There are several reasons why I love the Rode VideoMic Pro. It plugs directly into my DSLR camera, and so the audio will just record right along with the video. But it can also plug in with a special adapter that's about $5, so it's pretty cheap. It can plug into cell phones as well. So if I'm ever recording video with my iPhone, I can plug it in and still use the really good mic and really high quality sound from the mic with that video solution as well. The best thing about the Rode VideoMic Pro is that it's a shotgun microphone, which means it's going to target an area straight ahead of it. It tends to muffle the sounds coming in from the sides and all around. That way it really focuses on the speaker that's in front of the camera, in this case, me, and you won't hear a lot of stuff that's going on around the recording set. If you're just getting started and you already have an iPhone or some type of phone that's pretty recent and takes pretty good photos, I would actually recommend that you start out by investing in softboxes or finding a really great source for natural light. Again, if you do have very good natural light with a lot of brightness in a particular room of your house, you can just shoot there. If you don't, softboxes cost about $150 for 2 of them, and it provides a ton of light. It's super even, and it will make even poor quality cameras look a lot better. I want to reiterate that the most important aspect of this video that you're watching is that you should take whatever you have available to you and just use it. There are people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube, a lot more than I have right now, and they are just shooting on their cell phone with no microphone and no lighting, and they're just sitting next to a window and they're doing really, really well for themselves. So don't let equipment get in the way of you and actually starting your process of recording videos. Well, that's it for part 1. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to make, please do so in the comment section below on YouTube. I'd love to hear what you have to say in terms of your setup or any questions you have that I might be able to help with. I would gladly do so. Keep an eye out for part 2 and part 3 of these videos. In part 2, we're going to cover some of the planning and recording of the video. So how to come up with ideas, how to plan out a video, and how to kind of prompt yourself to get you talking smoothly and things like that. In the third part, I'm going to talk about what you need to do to edit and upload your videos to YouTube. There are certain things you can do to help them get found easier, and there are certain editing techniques that you can do that are really very simple, but will allow you to keep the video moving and make it more engaging for people who are watching. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey there, my name is Anthony and I'm the creator of Break the Twitch. What you just watched is a good example of the types of things I make for my channel about 2 to 3 times per week. If you'd like to see more in the future, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button and you'll see the videos pop up as I put them out. Hope you have a great rest of your day and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.